Hello guys, welcome back. Now in the previous video we looked at exactly how to include parse.com framework into our project by dragging the two external framework and then adding the dependencies courtesy of parse.com right here. Now let's see exactly how to connect to our app. So for example, right now why we need to connect that is because if I try to, let me go to the view controller, and I'll be talking about the view controller in a few videos, but for now let me just say, for example, I try to use parse and say something like parse dot. As you can see, nothing happens, just get an error because parse is not connected. It's included but it's not connected to our project yet. So to do this we need to connect by using a header file, a bridging header file. Now to do that we just click the Xcode itself, and oh sorry, not this, but we need to create a new file in Xcode and just make sure it's an Objective-C file, not the header file, but Objective-C for now. This works for what works for me. And then click next, and we're going to call this bridge header. Okay, doesn't matter, but and then add it to the project. And then would you like to configure Objective-C? So just make sure you say yes, and then that will configure a .m file here and a live update.header here. This is what we're interested in, the .h. So we're going to delete the .m here. Delete that. Yeah, we can move it from trash to trash. Now in here in the file is where we're going to put this code here that connects our. So before continuously your parse from the right, the steps of the test. So we need to use this import statement right here to connect. And when I go to the view controller again, just try to say parse. Sometimes it takes a while to connect, but let me go to the app delegate right here. Sometimes it takes a second to connect, really. So it looks like parse is not connecting here. Okay, hold on. Okay, now after a few trial, took a while there. Sometimes it takes a second, so be patient with it to connect. Yeah, that happens a lot. Now when you type parse now, and I say set application ID, now we need to put the application ID. As you can see now, we're using the parse framework. So that's how you connect. Now, excuse me, to connect to it, we need to use our application ID and the client ID, and this is provided by, this is our these are the keys right here. This, as you can see, the code here is Objective-C, but it can be easily translated to Swift. So we'll just come to live update, make sure we add live update app, and then we use this keys. So make sure you use your own keys, not my keys. And then this is the client key. Copy that and then paste it in here. And now if we try to, now that connects our app to parse. So now if I try to run some test code, let me just go to the docs here again. iOS, let's say we create an object, pf object, pf object, Swift, then copy this code, for example, then just paste it here. Okay, and I'll call this live update, just something, you know, some test data. And if success, I want you to print line, say something like success. Else, print out the error, this error right here. So success, print out the success. Let's just not print out the string, but the boolean itself. Now let's run this by clicking here. This will launch in iPhone 6, which is the latest iPhone. Let's give it a second here. Build succeeded. Okay, we just have an error there. Let me select iPhone 5s. That is good. Okay, so after a while there, we have the app running, live update there. So that is promising. So it's attaching, and all right, so as you can see here on our Xcode, I don't know if you can see it. As you can see here, it says true. This is the success right here. The object has been saved. And if we go to parse into our live update projects right here, because you're using its client, its API key, so this is where it's going to work with. We have this live update. This is the file, false, all, and this is the date set that we gave it here. False, Sean Paul 1337, score as a player, and it's right there. So as you can see, we have connected to parse successfully, and we can start working with data posting and adding users and all that good stuff. Now, as you can notice here, we have this application ID right on view did load on the view controller. Now we want this, we don't want to be running this all the time, so we're just going to put it in like the manifest, like the app delegate, where the app is called once. Okay, so we're just going to paste it in there, and let's just bring the same thing, you know, connecting to parse once. So, and then now we can start working with our data. So right now I don't need this data. This was a test data, so we've seen that we've connected successfully. Now in the next video, we're going to now start working with creating our layout and creating sign up buttons and sign up views and everything. So see you then.